While starting on row 2, Ryan C. Lewis alongside Peter Potasic in the number 9. It's like 14 drivers on the field. We'll see 2 on the front row. Max Hewitt in the 22 of 44.796 puts him off pole for the start of this race. And he'll be chasing the driver who qualified nicely on the pole by 0.4 of a second, Jesse Woodyard in the number 4. It'll be Woodyard and Hewitt on row 1, Potasic and Lewis on row 2, Ruiz and Dukes on row 3, De Leon and Voorhees on row 4, Watkins and Engberson on row 5, Gonzalez and Diaz row 6, and Ramirez and Betap on row number 7.
So Jesse Woodyard grabbing the pole here in Tag Junior, Rob, and he also ran away with the pole position in Stock Honda Junior, a race that's coming up in about 2 or 3 sessions from now. So Woodyard, another one of our multiple duty drivers. Some drivers running double duty, some drivers running triple duty, and if you're Brian Fisher, you run 4 duty. But Woodyard looking great in qualifying. It's got to translate into the racing, I assume.
You know, I think the more time you can get on the racetrack here, even with 2 vastly different packages, this is obviously a different car. The Tag Junior, that single-speed car, his S5, that Stock Moto Junior, obviously a 6-speed. Nonetheless, you're still getting more laps, more looks, more corners. You're getting everything handled as the drivers work their way around here. Away they come, folks, from the grid. 14 drivers in Tag Junior are going to fire things up as we get it underway. Another 8-lapper as we work our way through. Just 6 more races still to go. Tag Junior next up. The Chonda drivers will bring their cars onto the grid. Then we move to Stock Honda Junior, Tag Cadet, Tag Masters, and we wrap it all up as we try to sneak this thing in before the sun sets. Stock Honda Light will be our last race of the day.
Now, if you guys will remember, a red flag unfortunately ended this qualifying session early, only just a few moments in. So these drivers, even though it is a small amount, do not have as much track time as the other classes here due to that red flag cutting their qualifying session in half, probably even more than that. So this will be interesting. A lot of them are still feeling this track out right now.
You know what? That's a really good point, Tony. They didn't get a lot of time, especially on the dry track. Remember, their practices were going to be on more of a moist race, the damp track. This is going to really give them a first time to really be fully at speed. And let's hope that these drivers will understand that and kind of settle in a bit here and not push too much, because we know this track can bite if you're overextending yourself on track. Here they come, folks, onto the front straight. They'll cross the start-finish line, roll through the kink. Tag Junior, their 8-lap pre-final getting ready to go. Here they come. Get that great shot here on the KRN cameras. Woodyard on the inside, Hewitt on the outside. Green, green, green. Into turn number 1. Hewitt's going to hold the spot.
Hands are going up.
I don't think we went green.
I don't think we saw a light.
The race was aborted, wasn't it? It was not a start.
It's hard for us to see. Obviously, we can't see the green light go on when they come through here, so obviously no green light this time. It's obviously pointing in the other direction based on where we're looking on the screen here. So once again, they'll try it again. Everybody's smooth coming through here, and away we go. Again, it will be Jesse Woodyard in that orange and black Intrepid number 4 starting on the pole. The green and white Tony Kart of Max Hewitt, number 22, starting on the outside of the front row. Row 2, Peter Potasic in that beautiful blue Praga, and on the outside, Ryan Lewis in the number 6. Not able to see what chassis Ryan is on right now. He's got his own team livery on that, I believe. So it'll be interesting as they get going again. Obviously, we had the first start aborted. Let's see what happens this time by.
And due to aborting that start, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I do believe they're going to cut a lap. So this goes from an 8-lap pre-final to a 7-lap pre-final.
It would make total sense for them to use that lap in the book, but we'll see as they come through here. Drivers again working themselves around the corner. We're getting ready to go green as they...
Gosh, what a great shot is that.
The track level angle coming out at the final turn, turn 9, by start finish fourth here right now. And as they get ready to roll down the front straightaway, as we look to go green, Woodyard going to get the start here. And Cole says they are racing. We are racing this time.
I'm not sure. I think you were right first time, Rob. I saw amber flags
I don't
there.
think the field knows if they're racing or not.
Well, there are a couple of hands went up, but that looks,
looks to me like we're racing.
It looks like race pace.
I'm going to roll that we're racing because these guys don't have their hands up like they did before. We're underway.
You call it, Rob. I just love listening to you calling the races anyway.
We had David Cole out there show me what was going on, but no, we're actually going to go yellow now.
So yellow flags flying around the circuit, which means the start was aborted. They're not liking the speed, it sounds like, that these poles, the front row, are bringing these guys around at.
Well, if I can just throw in an opinion, I did think on both occasions the approach speed was a little heavy. That would have drawn an aborted start in Britain.
Let the kids play.
Well, that's another way.
Let them go.
That's another way of saying it.
Well, I think our race director, Terry Reagan's one of the racers right out there, as you saw, to give them a stern look as they work their way up here. We're looking for a lot slower start coming
this
down.
Looks it. This looks the deal.
That's better.
Let the kids play. We are underway. Now we're green. Finally into turn number 1. Let's see if they can get through.
Oh!
A couple drivers climbing on top of each other. I want to say that's second and third. That's Hewitt and Lewis connecting with each other.
And when they finally shed each other, I think they've collected one of the drivers late in the race.
Well, I think that's the radiator. You see the water spraying out of the car there.
That was quite a start, but we're off and running now finally after 2 aborted starts. We do have a green flag, and we are racing here in the Tag Junior Pre-Final, Rob.
Yeah, that was a rough start there for Ryan Lewis and Max Hewitt. They climbed up on top of each other, and I believe it pulled the radiator right off of Max Hewitt's car. So your off-pole starter going to fall to the tail of the field. That'll be it for him. As they come across the line here, Jesse Woodyard with the lead. Potasic up into second, driver out of the Czech Republic. Father, the owner of Praga, and a great young racer that we're seeing do a lot of competition here in the United States. Marcellus Dukes runs in the third spot. Max Hewitt, we're saying in fourth, but no, at the qualifying round, they're going to get that figured out for us here. We'll get our timing and scoring updated for us so we can give you exactly the lineup. Here they come through here again. That's, I believe, the drivers running in fourth, fifth, and sixth here right now.
Regardless, though, Rob, Jesse Woodyard is out in front of Passaic, chasing him down right now.
Yeah, and a significant margin his lead, isn't it? It was 0.79 of a second. However, it was 0.9 of a second previously, so that handsome lead is being eaten into by Peter Potasic.
That's third, fourth, and fifth we're seeing rolling through turn number 1 there right now. Marcellus Dukes, Jared Verhees in the 24, Dukes in the 51, and Gonzalez in the 424. That is third, fourth, and fifth. There's the 24 there of Verhees as he leads them back over here to turn number 4.
Jarrett Voorhees, Rob, has been staying busy this earlier this season by running the Formula Kart weekends with the Florida Winter Tour in the Tag Junior category up there in Ocala and Palm Springs. Homestead, Miami. I apologize so far.
He reaches down there and grabs the cover on the radiator. Obviously the motor warming up a little too much there as he pulls it up to get some more air coming through. Try to cool down that power plant. Woodyard now leading. Looking good coming through the big bump at turn number 1, then over top of the little whoop there coming to turn number 2.
Well, they're the front two of only 11 racing at the moment because Ethan Betup in 11th place is the last of the runners, and he's actually not gone through, has he? A lap down. So Andrew Engberson in 10th place may be the last of the runners at the moment on this diminished field. This is lap 6 of 8.
A little bit of attrition, and obviously be showing 2 to go at start finish, we believe.
Yes, indeed, Rob. 2 to go. The sticks being shown to our leaders. Woodyard as they head down into turn number 1.
Here's the shot down into 1 as Woodyard holding a pretty good little advantage over Potasic. About a second, 9/10 actually of a session officially last time by. As Woodyard tried to stretch away, but you got to give it up for Potasic here right now. He's turned some pretty good lap times here.
It certainly has.
They're all down to the low 44s there, Ken. 44.003 for Woodyard, 0.81 for Petra.
That's impressive.
Woodyard, your quickest driver with a 44.003. White flag's going to be in the air this time by Passaic. I just don't know if he's close enough right now.
I don't think so. They're running pretty much the same laps right now as well. But as we said before, a second place finish really solid here when you're starting to think about the main event tomorrow.
Exactly.
White flag flying as you see it there to the left of your screen. Last lap here as the drivers working their way across. Woodyard, Potasic, Verhees, Dukes, and Gonzalez, the top 5. And once again, it looks to me like Woodyard stretching out even a little bit more as he heads down to turn 2. Jesse Woodyard in that Intrepid, the black and orange Intrepid. Very striking livery on the car as he comes through turn 4. Back to turn 5. You see the area there that was repaved by the city this year. Nice and smooth transition into that corner, turn 5. Hairpin turn 6 here. The right hand turn 7. And it's actually kind of a maintained sweeper right hand coming through here, turn 8 and turn 9. Checker flag will fly. Jesse Woodyard, your winner in Tag Junior. 1.6 seconds the advantage. Potasic in second, Verhees third. Here comes Dukes and Gonzalez across the line for 4th and 5th. There's De Leon in 6th. Watkins in 7th. Engbertson now coming across the line in 8th spot. Ramirez in 9th and Diaz rounding out your top 10.
Engberson, Rob, had a late charge. He was 11th on my chart when I looked just a couple of laps or so ago, and he picked up some places and actually got to 7th, but eventually coming home in 8th.
Yeah, you look at the pace there, 45.7 his last lap time by. He was about 7 or 8 tenths of a second quicker than both Ramirez and Diaz. So, yeah, good for him to be able to get a couple spots there with the late going. And that's what you never stop charging. When that car starts coming in, you got to get aggressive. He goes from 11th, which would have been the inside of row number 5, all the way up to 8th. That's outside of row number 4. Inside of row 6, pardon me. Yeah, it was 6 to 4.
2 rows forward.
2 rows. And we know how much the difference that can make, especially coming through 1 and over to turn number 2. It's going to put you yards ahead of where you would have been. So drivers coming in slow here, hands in the air as we wrap up this one. They'll come around the front of our kink here and over into the scale line. Great racing in Tag Junior. Give it up for Jesse Woodyard in the number 4, but Peter Pacasic was right there with him in the number 9. Very close on time. Both drivers within about a tenth of a second based on their fast lap. They're going to go at it all again tomorrow when we head in to the main event. So let's knock Tag Junior off next up. It's the Chonda drivers, a big group of Chondas getting ready to roll out here for us. This should be a great pre-final. We're expecting probably 29 drivers from taking qualifying times, 29 competitors set to go. It's going to be a fun one to watch here, Tony Laporte. It's going to be good.
Definitely. Chonda's getting ready to come up next. Our Tag Junior drivers have set the field. We've got 5 classes completed so far of our 10 offered, so 5 down, 5 to go. Chonda's on the grid getting ready to come up next as we take a look at the front straightaway here. The start-finish straightaway, rather, here in Lockhart, Texas. A little bit of cleanup being done. A couple of our corner workers talking in the middle of turn 9. We're going to pick up our flags and get ready to go racing Chonda. 5 down, 5 to go here. Chonda left, followed by Stock Honda Junior. Then we've got Tag Cadet, Tag Masters, and of course, Stock Honda Light ending the night with a bang. It is going to be a great day of racing. It's been a long day already. 2 rounds of practice, and as Rob mentioned earlier, and a very good point that he brings up, is that the track has changed so drastically from when we first opened it up this morning. Track construction got completed about 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. The track was open for business at 8 a.m., but the track looked very different back then, guys. It was very wet out. The track was a complete wet setup. There was loose hay everywhere. The track was just the epitome of slick, no grip, and now we've got a nice, not necessarily rubbered in, but dry, and that's the most important part. This racetrack is dry. So, Ken, the track has gone through a lot of changes. The racing is great. We're 5 pre-finals down, 5 to go. This has been a pretty good day so far. We still got a lot of racing left.
Well, it's certainly been a good day's racing. I really have enjoyed, I think all but maybe one was exciting. But, you know, you say the track's changing its what shall we say, characteristics. But as the evening draws in, those changes will be magnified, won't they? Those changes will happen even more. The barometric pressure, we're getting a little bit of headwear.
Yeah, we're having a look here right now at the first place trophy here
from Texas Hatters. This is going to be handed out to our LSGP winners.
Brilliant.
Rob Miller filling us in. Oh, that's right. These guys are who supplied the hats to the winners of the F1 Austin COTA race. So we're going to hook up Rob Miller, it looks like, possibly. We're going to get some info on these hats here. Rob Miller, head of the LSGP, putting on a headset. Rob, tell us about this hat.
Okay, so what we have here is we have Joel Gammett of Texas Hatters, and they made this hat just like the ones they made for the U.S. Grand Prix at 2 years ago at Circuit of the Americas. These are the same people that made the Gus hat in Lonesome Dove, the Gus hat that everybody knows. Willie Nelson buys his hats from him, Jerry Jeff Walker. So 3 of our winners will receive hats exactly like, except of course it says Lone Star Grand Prix, exactly like the F1 drivers received here 2 years ago.
That is so unique, and that is awesome. Texas Hatters stepping up big time. We thank you guys so much. Rob, did you say that every winner is going to get one of these?
Nope, there are 3 of them. They're $700 custom-made
$700 hats are going to go to the winners in 3 classes here, all courtesy to Texas Hatters, the same guys that supplied the hats to the winners of the original Austin Grand Prix.
Absolutely, and one other thing, they also do the biggest car show in Central Texas. They have Hot Rods and Hatters here in Lockhart. Got to see that show. It's a wonderful show. Thanks, guys.
Awesome, Rob. Thanks for that info. Texas Hatters, thanks a bunch, guys. That is unique. That is cool. A $700 hat that's going to be given out to 3 of our winners here this weekend. That is cool. Ken, have you ever been to a race where they hand out a hat to the winner?
Well, I've been to races where they've been given either a Bridgestone Tyres hat or a Denso Spark Plugs
Just a
hat.
ball cap, though.
You got it, just a baseball cap. Yeah, you're right. But that was, guys, that was a handsome piece of headwear, wasn't it?
Indeed it was.
Really, really was.
In NASCAR, if you win at Martinsville in Virginia, you get a grandfather clock, and that's
yeah?
a pretty cumbersome award to take home. But that is an award that you can wear out of here Sunday night after you win. You can wear that to dinner and tell people you just won at the Texas Lone Star Grand Prix.
Well, if it was me when I was flying home to England, I'd sit on that plane and I wouldn't take that
Yes,
hat
sir.
off.
Yes, sir. You check that as a carry-on and make sure everyone sees it. So that is cool.
The
Texas Hatters.
grandfather clock would be a little bit more difficult.
A little bit more difficult to bring home. But Texas Hatters, big thanks to those guys. That is a unique trophy.
I like that a lot. That's and to think that that's the same hat that they gave to the guys that won the F1
Sebastian
Grand Prix.
Vettel.
I'm sorry, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. So Texas Hatters, just another unique part of this event, guys. The local businesses stepping up to support the race and the event. So that's very cool.
Do you know, Tony, you asked me just before that previous question, have you ever seen this, Ken? And the short answer is no, I haven't. And another illustration of how this town, I'm not sure if I'm saying town or city, this community so embraces the LSGP, and not just nominally, but hands-on. I'm really knocked out by that because I'm sort of 2-3 inches away from where that was, and most impressed.
Very impressive. I'm wearing, I stole Rick Folks' cowboy hat, and thankfully it's a one-size-fits-all cowboy hat. And I don't think his hat was $700. That was a beautiful hat. But anyway, back on the track now. They've pulled off the grid. It is the Chonda Pre-Final. Christy Thompson looked very good in qualifying, and she'll look very good starting from the front row alongside the number 8 of Tommy Muth. Nathan Wilkins and Bill Choice make up row number 2. George Hipsher and Kevin Crow make up row number 3. Kevin Crow going to be in that number 24 CRG. Let's see here. Eric Meserve starting in 7th alongside Gene Mayo in 8th. Row number 5 sees Adam Poland in 9th alongside Robert Snyder occupying the 10th position. Logan Borsos and Roger Kelly make row 6, while Chance Barth and Charles Hopper sit 13th and 14th. Your top 15 sees Joseph Smith with Devin Frazier in 16th. Robert Brown and Don Easterwood sit 17th and 18th. And then completing your top 20 as they come around the courthouse, Mike Lee and Austin Hunter, your top 20 here in this Chonda Pre-Final. So Christy Thompson grabbing that pole with a time of 50.932 ahead of Tommy Muth's 51.812. It's the Chondas. Ken, these guys are going to take a little bit longer to get warmed up and build speed, but we're coming around to get the green flag right now.
Well, you were making the point about changing weather conditions, and I believe now things are going to change almost during the race, but certainly from race to race. Looking forward to this one.
Absolutely. So now,
and Christy Thompson, was that just sort of getting a little grip there, or was that pumping herself up?
She wants that hat, I think. So Christy Thompson brings them down alongside Tommy Muth and that Intrepid. They're nice and tight. These Chonda drivers, 2 by 2 by 2, lined up nice. We're waiting for the lights to go out. Some of these drivers are pulling out. I don't see.
No, that doesn't look good.
I do think we have gone green. These
green.
guys just take a little bit longer to build up speed. We are racing here in Chonda. Everybody gets away cleanly. And, in fact, we are racing as they spread out very wide going down that short chute between turns 1 and 2. Christy Thompson with a great start. Tommy Muth behind her in 3rd, I believe.
Very, very close to each other, weren't they? And is this your first move? No, it was a potential threat.
I believe that's 21, and Nathan Wilkins able to go into 2nd. So right now it's Thompson leading, Wilkins in 2nd, Tommy Muth into 3rd. 3-driver breakaway here, but it was so cool to see them go 4 wide between turns 1 and 2.
Great start. Now, you're right. Wilkins is up into 2nd. Muth runs 3rd as they're going to come by to complete their first lap. You're going to hear the roar of almost 40 Chondas strong as they come around the corner, guys. Here they come.
Certainly sounds different. I have to say, it's an alien sound to me, and I love it.
It does. It's just like the difference between a NASCAR stock car and a Formula One.
Music to my ears as we have a new leader now. The number 21 has gone through. That is Nathan Wilkins in the 21 CRG. He dives to the inside of Thompson over in turn number 1.
And Tommy Muth continues to occupy that 3rd position as he keeps these 2 leaders right in front of him. This is going to be a very good race. Wilkins didn't make a lot of noise in qualifying, obviously made enough, qualifying 3rd, but now he's making a charge for the lead as he's gotten around Christy Thompson. And Thompson and Muth now starting to race out of 5 and into 6th.
And Thompson's out of sequence in terms of the corner. She's inside, outside. She got a little wide coming into the one corner. She's lost a lot of ground here right now. In fact, almost losing the position to Muth. As they come through here now, she's able to settle back into position.
Tommy Muth right behind Christy Thompson as they head through 8 and 9 now. Start of lap 3 here. Thompson back now on Wilkins' back bumper as they head down into 1. The thing about these Chondas, you need to make your momentum for a couple laps before you go for a pass here. This is what we're going to see. Thompson trying to build up a run on Wilkins.
Oh, that's what happened right there. Muth had looked to the inside of Thompson coming into turn number 7 there out of the hairpin. The next right-hander, he tucked to the inside, had to get off the throttle.
Lost all
Once
his momentum.
you do, all of a sudden that clutch unlocks and you've got yourself in trouble. You got to try to spool things back up again.
It's just like hitting a wall of air in the draft at Daytona or Talladega. So Wilkins, Thompson, and Muth, your front three, they're starting to pull away now from the rest of the field.
You know, Thompson's super quick right now, but she is turning in so early, like she's trying to set him up here.
Her angles are wrong. I mean, what would I know about it? But looking at our monitor, it just looks as if there were a couple of choices of wrong angles.
Her corners do look different, but it's working for her. She continues to occupy second.
Well, it is an opportunity to take a different angle, of course, to get the run. Here she goes down the straightaway. She's going to tuck to the inside of Wilkins as they come down the back straight.
I don't know. Oh, locks it up.
Way.
Oh, now let me tell you guys, I think that lacked conviction by her right at the very, very moment when she could have taken that
She
lead.
locked the brakes up. You saw the car get swirly just for a half second, and I agree, Ken, she could have kept it in there a little bit longer, but you know what? She's still got a few more laps. This race isn't over.
She's running radically different lines. She's letting that car go way wide on the exits, and you can see that. I wonder if that's actually scrubbing some speed. She's so much wider than everyone else in the corners, and that's allowing Muth to get right back up here again.
But it's got to be frustrating to Tommy Muth because even though he's right up there every time, he just can't complete the pass.
Well, here's what happens. Let's see what happens coming out of these corners here now, because these are the most important corners leading down to the back straight. She's got a good little advantage again coming down. Let's see if she takes the pass on Wilkins this time.
She's certainly good on the back half of the track. It's the infield where there seems to be some odd
Totally
lines.
agree. Coming to the rundown in
Must
turn number
have
1
it now.
this time.
Must have it. Kick on, girl.
Book it.
She's got it.
She's through.
Great run as Christy Thompson, your pulser, takes the lead back. She is your new leader. That puts Muth still in third, Wilkins back to second.
You know, we talked about the fact on the top of the broadcast that drafting plays a big play in this. Not so much in the other quicker categories because the track is pretty bumpy and a little shorter.
Right.
These guys are in a NASCAR draft all the time.
Absolutely.
If you can get tucked in behind, get a good run, and then you pull that draft, you're going to be able to pull out when you get to the end of the straight. But they've got some lap traffic in front of them here right now.
They do, and momentum is everything, and these lappers could kill that momentum. Thompson's going to go to the inside here in 8. She's going to bring Wilkins with them. They're getting around these lappers very cleanly, but Muth is not going to get around him as cleanly. He's going to lose ground here.
He does, indeed.
As we see the crossed flags at the starter stand halfway, now Wilkins is going to pull up alongside Thompson as they head down into 1. Wilkins pulls right up alongside her. I don't think it's going to be that much of a contest. Wilkins takes P1 back. Wilkins, your new leader.
This is four-cycle racing for you, folks. Back and forth and back and forth. It's so hard to pull away. They'll just tuck you behind you. They draft up. They make the move by. You just tuck back in again and make it happen yourself.
Just like last year's final, Ken and Rob, like I was telling you guys, there was a lead change every single lap in Sunday's main event last year. This is going to be great.
And this is why this is such a great category of karting, because it's so much fun. You can get in at an affordable rate. It doesn't cost you a ton of money to go racing, and it's this much fun. These guys are out here passing every lap.
Hey, but let's give a wave really quick to Joe Criswell, your quickest driver on the track, a 51.098. He's running third right now, or no, where is he?
Yeah, third. You called it right. He's running third.
So great racing up here for the lead as we're going to see 2 to go next time, I believe.
Yeah, this is lap 6 of 8.
As Thompson continues to challenge Wilkins. Wilkins took the lead a lap ago in that turn 1. Thompson right there, though. Muth has lost considerable amount of ground. Muth still runs in third while your leaders are checking out. Thompson to the inside in 2. Can't get it done. Stays in line.
Let's have a look at this, too. We talk about Joe Criswell currently running in third. He started in the 28th position. Criswell started 28th. Now runs third, fast lap of the race of 51.098. We need to add another driver into the hunt here right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's not Criswell's number 8. That's actually Tommy Muth. They've got something messed up with us.
Tommy Muth, then that makes Tommy Muth your quickest driver. We apologize for reporting the wrong information. That's just what we see on our timing monitor. Tommy Muth putting in the quickest lap. And Thompson is right there on Wilkins' back bumper as they go down after getting 2 to go. Thompson looking to the inside as they go down into 1. Can she get it done? No. Wilkins still your leader.
I was all excited about that one there. That's the 8X of Criswell.
As you're entitled to have been.
He's actually down in 23rd position here right now. They've got him in both the 8 and the 8X. That's the problem. Tommy Muth actually in that third position here right now.
So tip of the cap
Joseph
Tommy
Smith
Muth,
dropping like
driver.
a stone, isn't it? Joseph Smith losing ground in 8th place presently.
More lap traffic for your leaders here as they're going to come around to see the white flag this time by Thompson could get around Wilkins here if he can't negotiate this lap traffic cleanly.
Yeah, this is tough to find their way around here. They got, oh, he's going to get out to the outside. There he goes to the inside.
Oh, no, and Wilkins is frustrated. We went to go around the outside of that lap traffic. Thompson stuck to the inside. Thompson's going to get the white flag. As the leader, Thompson sees the white flag as your leader. Oh, boy, Wilkins is not happy about that.
That was unbelievably tough. He tried to go to the outside of the lap car. There was a car off the racetrack to the inside. He went to the outside, and he's lucky he didn't end up in the bales because that lap car almost took him into the bales.
Well, those DOT barriers on the outside would have done great damage to his car.
Is that an amber light we're seeing there?
No, just a caution light. They're
Okay.
flashing lights when there's a problem in the corner. They've got it shut off now. 32, your leader, Christy Thompson, is going to come around here as they head into the infield now. Oh, and Wilkins has caught back up, though. There's a challenge for the leader. This race is not over.
More lap cars having some trouble. We had yellow flags flying over there in turn number 6. You can't pass. See, the driver's off the racetrack here. They're coming out to 7 over to 8. It's still Thompson as your leaders. They work their way through here.
So through the final corner, Christy Thompson using the lap traffic to her advantage. She's going to win the pre-final and score the pole position for tomorrow's Chonda main event Sunday afternoon. Wow, lap traffic. In such a big field, guys, when you have this many go-karts, you're going to have some drivers that are a little bit slower. They have some bad luck. They fall to the back of the field, and they can affect the outcome of a race, and that certainly is what happened. So Christy Thompson picking up the win as, let's see here, it's Nathan Wilkins coming home in second after leading most of the race. And so we wrap up here. Christy Thompson, your leader, winner, picking it up after a crazy second-to-last lap with Nathan Wilkins. Tommy Muth holds on strong for third. So we're going to go ahead and cut for a commercial break, it sounds like. Kart Racing Network's live coverage of the 2014 Lone Star Grand Prix here in Lockhart, Texas. We'll be back with the Stock Honda Junior Pre-Final.
Broadcasting live to the world, the Kart Racing Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The city of Lockhart is proud to present the second annual Lone Star Grand Prix, held right here on the beautiful downtown square of Lockhart, Texas. On March 1st and 2nd, be there to feel the thrill of kart racing as you watch racers zoom around our unique track with karts reaching speeds up to 100 miles.